All right. So, I'm John,
I'm Brandon.
and this is our show, That's Horrible. This is the first episode, episode 0, if you will. We're just going to kind of talk about who we are, what we like, and if you don't like it, then whatever.
It's in the name. That's horrible. Don't say we didn't warn you.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're just a couple guys that have been friends for about 12 years that bonded over beer, which we're drinking now, New Glarus, and horror movies.
And metal. Can't forget.
Yeah, true. That's how we met. But anyway,
the metal.
So yeah, this is going to be an easy question. I already know the answer. What's your favorite horror movie?
Dawn of the Dead.
I don't have one.
You don't have one?
What day is it? It's Saturday. My favorite is Black Christmas. I guess.
That works.
It depends on the day, but Black Christmas. Obviously, the first Halloween, Halloween 3. Fuck you, haters. That's an awesome
That's a
fucking
great
movie.
Well, ask me again.
All right, what's your favorite?
The Thing.
Yeah.
Now
see,
ask me again. It's going to change.
It's going to change every single time. That real horror fans know exactly what's up with that. But yeah, my go-tos are usually Black Christmas and Dawn of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead,
Return of the Living Dead.
Yeah, Day of the Dead.
Those are kind of the standards that everybody picks as their favorites, but I guess
I'm not gonna do something super obscure that nobody's heard of.
But growing up, that's just kind of what it was, and those were the tapes I could get. Evil Dead. I'd go to Walmart and I bought my copy of Evil Dead at Walmart on VHS.
That just seems weird buying VHS at Walmart.
I know, and watched it on loop.
We're also old. We actually bought VHS when it was new.
And made the upgrade, to DVD and Blu-ray.
I've upgraded Jurassic Park like a billion times. And I'll do it again if they ever release it on Ultra HD or whatever.
I just got a 4K, so I'm now with it. I have like 2 4K movies, but I'll get
That's about what I have, so.
Well, they're still too damn expensive.
Yeah.
But when Blu-ray came out and everyone said, oh my God, that's so expensive, Blu-rays, when they were new, were the price the DVDs were when they were new.
Yeah.
So it's just...
Well, people are always going to bitch about the prices. Like video games. We both love video games. We both have been playing for a long time. People are like, oh, $60, that's too expensive. Fuck you. Back in the day, cartridges could be like $89 to $100 fucking dollars. I mean, Turok was I remember that was like $80.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking ridiculous. You goddamn kids have it too easy these days.
Remember Shadow Man for the Nintendo 64?
Yeah, how much was that?
It was $90.
Fuck that noise.
I got it on sale for like $65 and thought I was getting a deal.
Now you can buy that game for like $5.
It was a cool horror game at the time. It kind of sucks now, and it's basically broken.
Oh.
Whenever I think about it, it was just kind of impossible to play and didn't make a whole lot of sense. But it was
cool at the time.
It was cool at the time.
Yeah, so never bitch about the price of anything, I guess, is what we're trying to say. I mean, the price of Ultra HD movies are going to come down. I mean, even now, Best Buy has a lot of sales. Shit's like $20. I think that's what I paid for John Wick, which is worth it on Ultra HD, even the second one. But aren't a lot of horror movies just yet. I mean, the more mainstream stuff, obviously, but yeah, it's going to be a long time before any indie label puts anything out like that. I mean, there's no way they can fucking afford it. I mean, I think Synapse talked about maybe putting Suspiria out on 4K. That'd be their first 4K, but even for them, that'd be an extremely daunting task.
I saw Amazon Italy put up a listing this week for Suspiria in 4K. I didn't know if it was the Synapse remaster or their 4K restoration, but it was a 3-disc 4K set. I think I had the soundtrack with it too. Which I still have my old Anchor Bay.
If we weren't using my phone right now, I'd probably be like, yep, ordering this that I don't need. Got a lot of those.
Yeah, I still have my Anchor Bay Suspiria DVD set. It's the limited edition.
Yeah, the with the soundtrack. I never bought that version. I've seen it out in public, and I'm like, do I need another copy? Kind of.
I'm surprised you don't have that one, because that was kind of the go-to copy for a while.
Well, I think by the time I really started buying horror movies, that had already been out for a while. I've been buying movies for quite a while, but really getting into especially the Italian stuff. I was a little late to the Italian horror movies. The first one I ever bought was Demons 2 on widescreen VHS at Goodwill for $1.
Damn.
Still have it too, and it's freaking awesome. Just the fact that it was a widescreen VHS, which, God, you could There's what, maybe 50 of those, it seemed like. Like, they just never did those widescreen VHS tapes.
My Exorcist VHS was widescreen.
Really?
Like,
they did that on widescreen?
Yeah, and it came with like postcards with scenes of the movie in it. It was the cool collector's
Man,
edition.
deluxe VHS.
It was a $30 VHS tape.
Now worth
pennies.
$2.50 maybe.
I bought it at Suncoast Motion Picture Company at the mall.
I'm surprised that wasn't $50.
Right?
I do kind of miss Suncoast, though. You can find all sorts of amazing stuff there, just way overpriced. But they're used stuff.
But they had it.
But that was the thing. They had it. This is,
You didn't have Amazon 15 years ago.
You couldn't just go, oh, well, Amazon's going to have this for cheaper. No, you wanted it. You had to buy it at Suncoast. And, of course, I did. I fucking bought all sorts of stuff at Suncoast. Bitched about the price the entire time, but I still went home with it in my bag.
Well, you get to know the people that work there, and they get to know your tastes. And, hey, we got this in. We thought you might like it.
You look like you like some weird shit. Come over here. Let's check this out.
Right.
Man, I miss going to video stores like that. We just don't have anything like... I mean, we have half-price books where we live, and that's kind of cool, but it's used. I'd like to go to a new store like... what's that one that we both follow on... I don't even remember what
Out of Seattle? There's Scarecrow
Well,
Video.
Scarecrow, but then there's that other one.
Grindhouse in Tampa.
Yeah, that's the one that I want to go to. That'd be so amazing. Scarecrow would be even better just because such a massive selection. Like, what, 20, 30,000?
It's like a house.
Yeah.
Full of films. When I visited Seattle last year, I went and...
Man, I want to go so bad.
It was just... It would blow your mind to just walk in there and be surrounded by... I didn't think so many films existed.
Yeah.
And it's weird to walk into a video rental store and see like Code Red or Vinegar Syndrome titles, not just for sale on the shelf, but for rent. And then they rent all out. You can just email them or call them and say, I want to rent this, and they will mail it to you.
I would go broke. Because I would probably buy everything. Because that's my problem. I like to own it. Like, yeah, I used to rent a lot of movies back in the day, and that was a good way to find stuff, but now it's just, I kind of know what I'm looking for, especially with a lot of reissues that are coming out through Synapse. Obviously, they're one of my favorite companies, but now you got the Vestron stuff, Slaughter High.
Yeah.
About fucking time that's coming out. God, that movie's so bad and so good. Nothing like a 35-year-old Caroline Munro playing a high schooler. Still hot though.
Still hot.
But yeah.
No, not Galaxy of Terror. Star Crash.
Yeah, Star Crash.
Star Crash.
Now that is a movie that everybody should see. It's such a bad Star Wars knockoff with Joe Spinell from Maniac, which is another one of our favorite movies, and then Caroline Munro. Who else? David Hasselhoff.
David Hasselhoff. Yeah, Scream Factory. It was before Scream Factory.
Yeah.
It was just their shout line. They had a whole.
Was it the Roger Corman line?
So they put out that and a couple of his other space movies around the same time in really cool Blu-ray editions. So.
God, Star Crash. That's if you haven't seen it, you need to check it out. It's like the best bad Star Wars ripoff because there are kind of lightsabers in there too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not good.
It came out before Empire Strikes Back, and it has a frozen planet on it. So maybe George got some inspiration.
Yeah, there we go. I saw that for the first time on VHS. Ben brought it over, and we watched it at a movie night at my house. And I'm like, this is the greatest thing I've never seen. Like, holy shit.
Essential. Like,
I'd never heard of it, especially being such a huge Joe Spinell fan, Maniac and everything, which sucks we never got a sequel to that movie. That would have been a great concept. What was it? Children's TV show host?
Children's TV show host going after the parents that, abuse their kids. And there was that. And the Blue Underground Blu-ray that came out 7-8 years ago.
God, was it? Sounds about right.
Movie's been out on Blu-ray that long. It's kind of amazing.
Yeah. Somebody thought to do that.
Oh, the little short film where he's coming home and reading the letters from the kids. Please help me. My dad hurts me, and then he goes nuts.
Yeah,
that would have been a very interesting movie.
I almost don't think that movie would get made today. But it also, somebody getting revenge on child abusers, but also having child abuse in the movie, that would be kind of difficult because you're gonna have child actors. You don't want to mess them up mentally. But man, if anybody could have pulled it off, it would have been Joe. Nobody else would be right for that role. That's just so. Hopefully, it never ever gets made. Hopefully, I mean, I don't even know if they had a full script. I thought they just had that like concept trailer or whatever. Not really sure, but yeah,
never
amazing.
got made. So what could have been.
There are a lot of those.
But sometimes the idea of what could have been is a lot better than the finished product.
I kind of wish that Freddy versus Jason would have stayed in that what could have been.
Well, I think when that came out, or before it came out, there was 4 or 5 different ideas floating around for it.
Well, yeah, you watched that Never Sleep Again 4-hour documentary that is amazing. And they talk about like all these different ideas they had, and they all sounded ridiculous, but I kind of wanted to see some of those, but I wasn't a fan of the end product. Just not my thing.
I never saw Never Sleep Again, but I watched Crystal Lake Memories, which is the same thing. It's like 5 hours.
Well, it's the same people, isn't it? Like same, yeah.
But it's all about the Friday series, and I think at one point there was an idea where Jason and a kid were going to be like travel across the country because to catch Freddy. It was going to be like Freddy versus
like a buddy
Jason,
cop movie here. Or something.
Jason was going to have like a little kid mascot. It was like a road adventure movie.
It just makes me think of Brian and Stewie like going across the country looking for Freddy. That would be weird.
That would probably be a better movie than Freddy versus Jason was, though.
Well, yeah, true. Unique, that's for fucking sure. That would be so goddamn bizarre. I mean, there are parts of the movie that I enjoy. Catherine Isabel. Mm-hmm. And we're done. That's and I actually don't mind the director because he went on to do.
About you?
Yeah. Didn't he do Midnight Meat Train?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
We're not very prepared on this show.
We're winging this shit, and this is what you're going to get every single time.
And if you don't like it, remember it's in the name.
Exactly. You kidding? We don't know how to prepare for shit. That's why we're drinking beer in his metal bar.
Right.
Okay, yeah, we're going to move on from Freddy vs. Jason because it's going to boil my blood. I mean, I own it. I don't know why. Probably because, completionists got to have them all.
Do you have like an individual disc of it, or do you have the Friday the 13th, like the Blu-ray box?
I don't even have that. I refused. I'll probably make some enemies, but I do not feel that anything beyond the first Friday the 13th is, except for Jason Goes to Hell, because I love that movie. I don't think any of them are worthy of a Blu-ray upgrade. I just don't. I don't get the love. I mean, I don't hate the movies. It's just like I already bought them once. I'll rebuy Friday the 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street 40 times. Love those movies, all of them, every single one. But Friday the 13th just doesn't do it for me.
I made the jump when the Blu-ray set came out, and I got it on sale because I had the DVDs. Just the original DVDs that came out.
Yeah.
That had no special features whatsoever, and they were just kind of shitty transfers. And then they came out with the box that was part 1 through 8.
Yeah.
And I didn't get that, but then the Blu-ray box it had 1 through X, Freddy vs. Jason, and the remake. It came with a book. It had a ton of special features, and I decided to get that. I'm glad I did because I think the last I looked on Amazon, that box goes for around $350.
Seriously?
Yeah. But the rights have kind of gone back and forth between certain people now. So who knows what version of it you can get now.
Well, yeah, that's true. I don't know. That's fucking ridiculous, though. I mean, I get why people love those movies. I mean, I got a lot of friends that are obsessed with them. They're favorites, but
they're fun.
They are fun. It's just I think there are. I can't even say better slashers. I mean, slashers are my favorite, but a lot of them are bad.
Mm-hmm. Terrible.
But you get some good kills in there. Even one good kill, and it totally redeems it. I mean, that's why I love Slaughter High. I mean, well, there's a lot of reasons to love Slaughter High. It's just so beyond fucking weird. But you hate, what's that movie? The Dorm That Dripped Blood.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan.
Ultra generic, like college slasher. But the ending, I don't even really know if I remember it right. But I remember the ending was like so fucking weird and like what the fuck that I'm like, nope, I'm cool with this movie now. Not that I'm gonna rewatch it like 40 times in a year like I do with some movies, but
are we doing spoilers on this show?
I really. Oh yeah, by the way, there's gonna be spoilers because most likely you've seen these movies.
Well, the dorm that dripped blood, also known as pranks.
Yeah.
The killer ended up being this guy that liked the main character, and
Yeah.
she rejected, if I remember it correctly,
Something like that.
And he died. He dies. He gets his,
Comeuppance.
Yeah. But he comes back. You watch him die and you think there's no way he can come back from it. If I'm remembering it correctly, because it's all the slashers are pretty much the same.
They run together.
You got to get the ones with the interesting settings, like Stage Fright.
Stage Fright, Newer, Laid to Rest, all those. Chrome Skull, fuck yeah.
What else? Graduation Day.
Yeah, that one's actually didn't Vinegar Syndrome put that one on, right?
I think so.
Yeah, because I own the Blu-ray. Really pretty fucking good.
I liked it better than Prom Night.
Prom Night 1 sucks. I'm just putting that out there. I own it.
Of course.
Of course I own it. I have like 3 or 4 versions of it. It's a shitty fucking movie. Only reason why people like that is because Jamie Lee Curtis.
And Leslie Nielsen.
Oh yeah, he's in that. I just keep thinking about her rack. But
No.
Second one. Now that is how you do a sequel. That should have been the first Prom Night. Prom Night 2.
Never seen it.
What the fuck? All right, so I'm gonna make him watch that sometime.
All right,
that is a far superior. That's like the best sequel to a shitty slasher, or to a slasher in general. Like Hello, Mary Lou, Prom Night 2. One of my favorite 80s movies in general. So, all right, well, I gotta get him to watch that. But now moving on, away from Prom Night. But yeah, the ending for the dorm that dripped blood. Something I remember, the paramedics are there, and like, wasn't somebody put in like an incinerator or something at the school?
Maybe that sounds familiar because they're down in the basement a lot.
We are prepared for this shit. But yeah, there was something about the ending that just made me go, well, that was fucking weird and fucked up.
Did I tell you I found the soundtrack about a year or so ago?
You bought it, didn't you?
I did.
Why
What
did
was
you?
that?
I don't need this. This sucks, but I'm buying it.
Local record store and flipping through their soundtracks, and there it was, Pranks. They wanted $5 for it. Like, I can't let this go. In the case, the sleeve was all beat to shit.
If I had $5, I'd be like, here's $5. I'm taking this from you because you don't even like the movie. But I didn't even know about that.
Well, maybe I would need to watch it again since you're talking about the ending.
It's still not a good movie, but I mean, the ending, a really good ending can totally redeem a horror movie. I mean, or a really good movie can totally be ruined by a shitty ending.
Mm-hmm.
Not horror, but Sphere. Michael Crichton's Sphere. Amazing movie. Have you seen that one?
Mm-mm.
Awesome movie with Sharon Stone, Dustin Hoffman, and Samuel Jackson. So, right there. Great cast. Dumbest fucking ending I've ever seen in a movie. Like, the whole thing, they just will themselves to forget about this orb that's under the sea. That's it. They forget about it.
Have you seen The Voices with Ryan Reynolds?
Yes.
It was a decent movie. Like, all right,
could have been, yeah,
mediocre movie. And it wasn't.
And it helped
movie.
that it was him. I actually like. I mean, Deadpool. Tons of other stuff.
But the ending, like when he dies and he goes to like this little heaven in his head, and all the women that he's killed have come back, and they all love him, and they have a dance party. Like during the end credits, to me that just the movie. It was kind of a goofy. Ryan Reynolds is psychotic, and his dogs talk to him and tell him to kill people.
Don't kill people.
Yeah, don't do that. But at the end, everybody is alive in his little head, and they have a dance party in this all-white room, heaven, afterlife, whatever it's supposed to be, but just completely takes the tone of the movie and everything that it tried to set up and just
it
smashes it. Right.
I mean, it gets really dark and depressing because when he's off his meds, that's when everything seems bright and cheery, and like he's talking to the head in his fridge, right?
Right. But then he gets on his meds and he wakes up and realizes that he's a hoarder and his apartment is full of
body parts
and rotting meat and just disgusting.
It's actually really, really dark and fucked up. Could have been executed way better. But yeah, that ending
ruined it.
It's almost like, oh yeah, in the afterlife, you're gonna be everything you ever wanted. Oh, you're good now. You killed all those. No, that's not how things work. No afterlife. Anyway, but yeah, I did enjoy that, not enough to own it. I mean, if I see it cheap enough, maybe, but yeah, that ending just kind of kills it.
I think I had picked it up for like under $10.
Oh yeah, I mean, if I saw it for like $5.
But it's on Hulu, so I might just sell it. I really
don't
see any reason to own it.
We own a lot of movies between the two of us. We could have our own rental place, but I don't trust people because we both have some fairly rare stuff that I wouldn't leave. I wouldn't trust you with some.
Ditto.
No, yeah, he knows that he's got some stuff in his collection that I want, and granted, mine is ruined because I had it personalized, but I have my rare copy of Fright Night on Blu-ray from Twilight Time, right?
Yeah.
Their first pressing of that, signed by everybody in the cast except for Tom Holland. Yeah, if I didn't have that personalized, that thing would be worth so much fucking money. But it's personalized because I have no fucking plans on getting rid of that. And also, Chris Sarandon hit on my wife. But, fucker.
My copy of Dawn of the Dead is personalized. The Laserdisc.
Yeah, this dick has Dawn of the Dead on Laserdisc.
Autographed by George and the main cast.
Yeah, that was a good day.
It was a very good day.
We were lucky enough that we got to meet George. That was like 3 years ago?
Mm-hmm. 4 years ago.
4 years ago?
Yeah.
There was like no fucking line. I mean, this was later in the day, but he just looked at me. He's like, if that's the line, we're hopping in right now. We waited 10 minutes. $40 per autograph. Totally worth it. Mm-hmm. Got to sit down, have a picture with him. That was perfect. I finally got to meet George Romero, one of my favorite directors. Not my favorite. That's Carpenter. He wins on that one. But obviously George is one of the main reasons why I'm into horror movies anyway. Without Night of the Living Dead and just his zombie movies in general, wouldn't be the fan that I am today. But extremely nice guy, very appreciative of the fans. I mean,
humble. He was very
He didn't seem
honest. He was a very honest filmmaker and a very
exact
guy.
Exactly. I mean, the guy didn't create the zombie genre, but the zombie genre we know today is all because of him. And
his mold.
He's just like, oh, that's all good. You know, glad you like the movies. Like, you're pretty much the grandpa for every horror fan out there, you know. But he was a good guy. Obviously, it's been what. So rest in peace there, George. So, yeah. Well, that just fucking put it on a downer. Maybe we should just end this first episode now that I want to curl up into a ball and cry. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys come back. We'll try to be a little bit more organized, but really, we're just two friends that love horror movies. We've been having great conversations about horror movies for 12 some years, you know. About time we put some of these on record. Mm-hmm. Or maybe we shouldn't. So, yeah.
Well, again, if the episode sucks, it's in the name.
So, all right. Thanks, everybody. Have a good time.